Hi guys, how's it going? Welcome back. Oh my gosh, welcome back to my YouTube channel. My face is a little bit orange. I fully appreciate that. All right, I've tried out this this new concealer, not new concealer, this new foundation, and it's literally made my skin more orange. It looks a lot better not on the camera for some reason because the lighting's not good. Anyway, let's just move past this now, shall we? Today, right, we're gonna go back to the kerfuffles because I'm really hyped to go back to the kerfuffles. We've got some kerfuffles and also just some like, what the hell is going on? Kind of drawing back to what I was saying, like the community, meaning that there's been a big split, hasn't there? There's been a real big split between who's for what's going on, who's not for what's going on, but we're never going to be talking about that ever again. No, we're not. Because of all of this like uproar, you know how there was always Reddit threads, yeah? Well, if any of you guys are part of the Reddit community discussing the Dougherty doesn't, you'll know what the frickety frack has gone on this week. There's also like a secret Facebook group, and the mods over there, I'm so sorry if any of you are like watching this video. That might be a little bit awkward, but the mods over there are like dictatorships of the Facebook group. And honestly, like, I'm not actually a member of it because I don't like my Facebook is my Facebook, and I just don't want anyone following me on Facebook. Not because I've got anything to hide, it's just that like my Facebook is like my friends and my family, do you know what I mean? Like, I feel like anyone who's on social media has that one social media platform that is just theirs, and that's just me. It's gone mad. Like, basically all of the little spin-offs to the Dougherty Dozen Reddit thread now have secret Facebook groups. We now have like, there are three different Reddit threads all dedicated to the Dougherty Dozen. There is the Dougherty Dozen, which is the original one that has the most amount of followers. There's Dougherty Snarkety, which was sort of like Josh DCP was promoting it for a very long time, and then they recently basically kicked him off because they didn't want to be discussing the topic anymore. I'm just going to refer to it as the topic, okay? They don't want to discuss the topic, so he's gone. Guys, I spoke too soon. We have a subreddit down. There is a subreddit down. The Dougherty Snarkety is now no more. So I'm going to read a comment alluding as to why it may be gone. Well, it's not gone. It's just a private community. God, this is honestly, there are so many private communities based around what this woman is doing. It is ridiculous. Someone said the mod is a huge bully, doesn't allow different opinions, and you must not question what they say or do, even when they're being hypocritical. Abusive mod who shouldn't run a sub. They lost thousands of members. The sub was a complete fail. Not to mention that the person who created that sub got banned from here for being toxic. And then someone else brings up the Facebook group. The owner of the Facebook group should be banned if they're not already. Oh god, the Facebook group. We're going to get to the Facebook group in just a second, but can you see what I mean? Can you see what I mean with all of the like drama that's now happened within the community, that it's now no longer become about Alicia and the drama, it's become about the battle of the secret groups. He's now gone and set up another Reddit group, which is called, I can't remember. And then there's the secret Facebook group. And on top of all of that, there is now another Reddit thread dedicated to talking about what the people on the Facebook group are talking about. And I just think that it is like, you've got to see the humour in it somewhere. So for example, this was actually posted as a screenshot on the against the Facebook page thing, and it was basically one of the mods, or like the admin on the Facebook group, saying, "You didn't look stupid at all, I promise. I never messed with Reddit until after I started the group, and that was only because it's full of trolls who like to steal stuff from our page. It's just a bunch of people who talk crap about others, but they're too afraid to let it be known who they really are. They'd like to remain anonymous." Stealing the stuff! Like, honestly, quite well and truly, everyone is being and moaning about things that they're stealing. Like, what are you talking about? It's on the internet, everyone can see it. Like, people want to be like, hey, I've got this piece of information, I've got it first. And don't get me wrong, everyone across all of the different threads is kind of guilty for doing this, and they get really annoyed when commentary channels then step in and go, if they don't give them credit. So I always make sure I give people credit. But the fact is, like, oh, we just have the balls because we're not being anonymous. It's like, well, what? Like, come on now. This is so silly. Alicia has started, like, if it wasn't for the Dougherty Dozen and Alicia, they've literally started this movement, like this community, like quite literally this whole entire community that's completely divided. And now there's a community for bitching about the other side of the community that isn't for, what did I call it again? The topic. He's not for the topic. Is that what I just called it? Literally, it's divided people to the point where there's Reddit threads for bitching about the Facebook groups, there's Facebook groups which are bitching about the Reddit threads, and I'm just like, this is too much. And you've got to, I'm sorry, when times are proper shit within communities, you've got to try and see the funny side of it. And for me, this just takes pettiness to a whole new level. So before we get on to a bit of a kerfuffle, I will say, a bit of a what is going on with Alicia, Fetch Rewards thing is back. And I discussed this last time where I grew really sneaky suspicious of her Fetch Reward sponsorship, yeah. What has gone on now is someone reached out, and I will try and get the screenshot up if I can. Someone reached out to Fetch Rewards and they said, oh, we don't do any partnership with like any influencer. And I find this a little bit sneaky suspicious, because I was then reached out to by another mummy influencer who said, well, I've done stuff with Fetch Rewards, and on top of that she also has like a unique little code, whereas quite a lot of people who, if they want to get their points, like refer people, which you can do, and you then get your own points. If you want to do that, you don't have like a unique code like that, and Alicia literally has one. So because she's now recently done a Fetch Reward, another one, this is like the third or fourth one she's done in a short space of time. By short space, I mean like, I don't know, 6-9 months. I'm just real sneaky suspicious. Like, why would Fetch Rewards lie? And at this point, and I'm sorry, at this point, I'm kind of feeling maybe Fetch Rewards just say that they don't do anything with any other influencer, just because they don't want to have to deal with like the backlash that these influencers bring, if you see what I mean, by just saying, oh, we don't do any I've forgotten what they said, like we don't do any collaborative work, or we don't work with influencers like that. Yeah, there's just so many inconsistencies, and I'm just a bit like, are you just saying that because you don't want to have to deal with the aftermath of like people contacting and being like, this influencer did this and this influencer did that? Because I was fully under the impression that actually Alicia was just putting it up there as like, she wasn't actually being paid to do it, like she was just telling little porcupines. But because she's posted so many at this point, but Fetch said that they don't have anything to do with it, I'm just a little bit confused.
You don't want a bagel?
Now, going back to what I was just talking about with the different communities going mental, so I only know about this because it's been posted on one of the many Dougherty Dozen ones, and a lot of the Dougherty Dozen Reddit people do not like the people in the Dougherty Dozen exposed one. Do you see what I mean? It's just all like, it's all just getting a bit silly at this point, and it's getting a little bit silly. Top of this, there was this post, right, and I'm gonna flag it up, but I'm gonna pixelate it because I've just figured out how to pixelate things. Yeah, I'm gonna pixelate the hell out of this one because I don't want to have to repost this, but I just want you guys to like get an idea of what the picture looked like. And this is the caption. And this caption, right, and I am no Alicia fan, like, whatsoever. I'm not an Alicia fan, like, after the whole thing on the talk, or the thing, or whatever I just called it, the situation at hand. I don't pick a side. I am very much like, I'm just not talking about it, okay? But to take a picture of somebody who is just going about their daily life and then captioning it something like this, like, if I can remember off memory, it was like just walking around all high and mighty. It's like she's trying to do her shopping. She's trying to do her shopping. I'm so confused. Like, it's like Alicia is now some sort of a celebrity, and it's really strange because I don't know how I feel about people taking pictures without asking of like influencers when they're walking around. Like, we know the paparazzi, for instance, paparazzi and celebrities often actually have an agreement, so they'll actually call up the paparazzi and be like, hey, yeah, you can come get a picture of me. They get free publicity and the paparazzi gets money. But if you're literally just like stalking influencers around, taking pictures of them, I'm a little bit like, what was the motive here? In that aspect, that is kind of like crossing the line. And some people are going to be like, oh my god, like, get out of Alicia's ass, like, da 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 da. But I will say, if someone took a picture of me when I was walking around and I didn't like know about it. It's like a huge invasion of privacy, and isn't that what we're all about, like protecting privacy and that? Like, I know we're supposed to be protecting kids' privacy, but you know what I mean? Like, I feel like maybe we shouldn't be doing that kind of thing. Anyway, this is what I mean. That then got reposted to the actual Dougherty Dozen Reddit forum, and then everyone's just like having at it. Everyone is just having at it. Everyone's throwing like, oh, it's just too much. Like, everyone had this like notion of banding together and being this community where everyone's just like, we all had one thing in mind. We either don't like the way Alicia exploits her kids, or we find her antics quite funny. And I'm exactly both of those things. But somewhere along the road, there has been this major divide where you have some people who literally hate her and want to like burn the ground she walks on. And then other people being like, well, that's a little bit weird. And then taking screenshots and reposting them. And then the mods get so angry about it. And I'm not gonna lie, like, it is humorous, because meanwhile, all of this stuff is going on. Alicia hasn't said a bloody thing. She did say that one of her kids was taking a social media break. That's all I'm gonna say. She did say one of her kids taking a social media break, which I think is like pretty much justified at this point, with considering just all the shenanigans that's been going on. There's been no like real kerfuffles apart from this whole like fetch reward thing, which I'm still mega confused about. I'm still super confused about the whole fetch reward thing. I get told often, like, Amy, stop using your hands. That's so annoying, and I can't help it. I feel like I just do. Like, I just use my hands. I cannot keep my hands still. Can't even really sit on them. That's basically like all I've really got about this whole situation. It's really brought out the types of audience that a person can have. They can either be, do you know what I mean? I feel like we've really weaseled it out, and I just feel like at this point everyone is like, the community is like turning on each other and just taking to Reddit and Facebook to like voice the concerns. Anyway, thank you so much for watching. Have a wonderful day wherever you are in this world. Take care of each other, take care of yourselves, and I'll catch up with you guys in the next video.